Mighty 4 Turbo with an entertaining drive and 315 horses. This is the Golf R for the 2024 model year, and I have it here for you guys at BW Brandon. Let's check this thing out. What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rides. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video where I'm excited today here at Volkswagen Brandon in Florida with the new 2024 VW Golf R 2.0 all-wheel drive. This hatchback just arrived a couple of days ago, and we know how highly respected and sought after the Golf Rs are. So with that said, I wanted to take this opportunity to take a spin around this 2024 model year and show what this model is all about. Specs, options, pricing, and all. So with that said, let's get right to it. Per usual, big shout out to Volkswagen Brandon for letting me take a spin around this Golf R. If you guys are trying to get into this car or any other models here at BW Brandon, make sure you check the link in the description for their website, phone number, and everything you need to do to contact them to get these into your driveway today. Now, before we start, I just want to inform you, in case you didn't know, that VW announced early in 2023 that the 2024 model year is the final year of the Golf R and the GTI being offered with a 6-speed manual transmission. So keep that in mind when you do start looking at these Golf models. Now let's mention our dimensions, because we have a wheelbase of 103.5 inches with a length of 168.9 inches, a width of 70.4 inches, and a height of 57.7 inches with a curb weight of 3,465 pounds. Now, this front engine all-wheel drive 4-door hatchback has a turbocharged intercooled 16-valve inline-4 with an iron block and aluminum heads with direct fuel injection. It also comes with a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission. Now, with that said, you're looking at a horsepower of 315 horses with torque of 295 pound-feet. And that's going to propel you from 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds with a top speed of 155 miles per hour. Now take a look at this color, because it is called pure white and it is a free of charge option. That means you are not breaking the bank to have this pure white Golf R. Now the Golf R itself is going to add some extra flair no matter the color. So right up front, you guys will see the big VW logo, but on either side of it, you'll also see the blue stripping, and underneath that you will have the light bar, and underneath that you will have gloss black with the R badging right up front as well. So this whole setup together gives it a beautiful contrast when it comes to the colors. And keep in mind that down below on the front fascia as well, you have gloss black all throughout for the front lip and the grille surrounds. And then if you come along to the side here, you will also notice that we have gloss black as well. So again, the whole aggression and sportiness of it will all tie in together and give it some symmetry between the colors and the paint. Now you will also see, wrapping around that whole spec, you have the LED headlamps, which we will see illuminated shortly, but it shows the LED headlamps and the running lights and everything there are integrated. And again, this whole light bar for the LED tail lamp goes right into each other, so it flows seamlessly from one side to another. Now the side profile might be my favorite look because of these 19-inch metallic gray alloy wheels, which are an option we will break down in the sticker. But check those out with the blue calipers, the R badging in those calipers, and the drilled rotors. As you guys can see, this is a performance summer tire with this model, and it looks so good with the whole wheel set up together. That is beautiful. Now we have our orange reflector, because you know America, we got to have those reflectors in orange. We also have on the side front fender there the R badging, as you guys can see there, letting you know we're dealing with a special model here. And then we have the silver and black mirror caps to go along with it. Now you also have a gloss black B-pillar right here, and then obviously you can see the sunroof right up top, two-tone with this, because then you also have the gloss black shark fin antenna. Now the spoiler looks really cool from this angle here as well, because you can see the two-tone on the spoiler up top as well, even from the side profile. So you take a step back, you put it all together, and it is perfection. Now while the front is sleek and elegant, and the side profile, well, that is more sporty, this in the rear, well, it's aggressive. You guys will see because that spoiler definitely protrudes out, and it really shows you guys, well, we're looking to move in this thing. Now, along with the spoiler, you will also have the integrated third brake light right up top there. You guys can see that. And then with the integrated third brake light, you'll come down and see the windshield wiper there. Right under that, you will have the LED tails, which we will see illuminated in just a moment here. And you will see the VW logo with, obviously, the R badging there, right? Again, we got something special here today. Now, what really makes it aggressive, well, come down to the quad exhaust tips done in chrome with the shark fin rear diffuser. This thing does not play, and it is showing off for you guys here today for sure. I mean, check that out. That looks really good with this whole setup. This is a hatchback that's gonna move, it's gonna look good, and it's gonna sound good while doing it. So even though we have a hatchback here, we still have decent size when it comes to the space, because our cargo volume is around 20 cubic feet of space, and our passenger volume itself is 92 cubic feet of space. So how do we get inside of our trunk? Because there's no visible buttons here, right? I mean, there's nothing you can see, any kind of latches. Well, all you would have to do is press this in and lift up, and now you're in the back. Now, with that said, in the trunk, you have a 60-40 split when it comes to your rear folding seats with a center feed through, so you guys can see that there. The privacy shade is doing its job and covering and protecting everything here in the back, as you guys can see. And then, well, of course, we got underneath some accessories and everything here, like floor mats and all that, a false floor. So if I'll move that out of the way, lift up on this, you will see, yep, that is our false floor underneath there, where you don't have a spare tire there, but you have a little bit of extra space, extra stowage, just in case you need it to get past any of, you know, the fulfilling space that you don't necessarily have up here. So with that said, what do you guys think about the cargo and the space? Pretty practical for a hatchback, right? Now, when it comes to fuel economy, you're looking at 25, 22, 31. That means 25 combined seating highway, 22 city, and 31 highway. And well, it's probably good to put some premium in here so you can get the best performance. Now, of course, I want you guys to check out the lighting units, because even in broad daylight, well, this thing shines so brightly. Check it out, full LEDs, the light bar going across, the switchback LED turn signal. This looks so good with the Golf R. I love the illumination on this thing. We even have in the mirror cap the amber turn signal there, and the rear, obviously, we got some beautiful tails with the turn indicator there. Looks so good. Again, the Golf R just does lighting so well. Of course, we gotta check out the key fob of the R, because, well, it has an R. This is no normal key fob, as you guys can see, with the gloss black and R logo there for the Golf R. You will see the chrome surround all the way around the key fob, and then gloss black on the back side with the lock, trunk release, unlock, and panic button there as well. Again, this is just a beautiful key fob already, but that R badge, well, that means something. Now let's hop inside, because this cockpit is so sport centric, it's insane. Check this thing out. All right, so first off, you can see the perforated leatherette seats, the carbon trim, the blue piping, the blue R badge, the sports seating looks so good in this spec. Take a look at that. That just looks so awesome. Very sport centric. Blue piping, very sport centric. You also have the aluminum pedals. I mean, come on, this is looking so good, even with the dead pedal done, and the grippies on there as well. So you make sure that you're placing your feet in the right spots when you need to. Now, hopping inside, you guys will see that we have the beautiful perforated leather steering wheel here with the flat bottom there, blue stitching all throughout this as well. You guys will see the blue centering here for the materials with the kind of, I want to say, darker gray finish when it comes to the whole centerpiece of the steering wheel, and then obviously the R badge there as well, showing off that, you know, we're messing with something pretty great here. Now, we also have paddle shifters, which are steering mounted. All right, so these are mounted to the steering wheel. They will turn when you turn. Actually, I will demonstrate that by starting the car by putting my foot on the brake pedal and pressing the start stop button here. Now she's to life. You will see that we have the infotainment, digital infotainment screen light up. And you will see that we have our backlit buttons all lit up as well, because these are haptic buttons all throughout. So now I can turn the steering wheel, and you guys will see those paddle shifters are going with them. Steering wheel stocks right here on each side, and we also have a telescopic steering wheel. So if I pull this down, you will see that I can pull it up, go up, down, however I want to place it, and then lock that back in for you guys. Now, coming over here, you will see our lighting controls, and again, I talked about the haptic buttons. You also have your max rear and max front for your climate control as well, with your lighting modes here. If I can press that, you guys will see how I can turn on the lights, the front light bars and everything like that, or put it to auto. Now with that said, pretty simple there, right? The rest of the buttons on the steering wheel are also haptic, so they might take some getting used to, but if you guys know these systems very well between Audi and VW, well, you will know how to work these quite well. So coming on the right hand side, you guys will see we have our menu controls, and we have our heated steering wheel with some hands-free controls as well. So menu controls, well, that means for up here, let's close this up. Well, actually, let's talk about the door paneling here, because you guys will see that carbon fiber weave right there in the center with the aluminum badging there for the door handle, and you guys will also see soft touches mixed in with black plastics. So then we close that up, and now you guys will see what we have here for the menu controls, because again, we want to control our infotainment screen. So as you guys can see, I can do view, and if I press view, then you see it changed up the view there, and I can continue to do that to get different looks. As you guys can see, now we have the navigation. I mean, so there's tons of stuff you can do. I can press up and down on the arrows to go through, cycle through all this stuff as well, depending on what I'm doing. So right now with that, I was just zooming in. If I go to a different menu view, then I can scroll through different things as well. So you can move, obviously, everything that's over here, bring up different information, go up and down on that. You can select that. I mean, go on this side. There's so many different things, and I apologize for the glare. This is covered up in plastic, and I don't want to take it off. That's going to be for the new owner. So there is a glare because of the plastic here. But again, it's just so many different things you can do by just pressing those menu buttons there to change through. Now on this side, you have your driving centric stuff, so your driver assistance controls as well. And one thing I didn't mention, and you guys will see, change the radio tracks here and turn it up and down the radio here. So that is how you do that for the audio. So you can do that on both sides of the steering wheel, and then the driver assistance controls there, so you guys will see that. But you also see an R button. What does that do? I mean, come on, you gotta press the R button. That is gonna give you race mode. So now you guys can see our drive modes here, where we have comfort, sport, race, where we get a little bit more out of the valves, drift mode. They want to make sure that you want to go into drift mode, because that's not for the road, all right? It's drift mode, but not for the road. Activate. Now you hear those valves really open up. You go to Nürburgring, that's special mode, and then custom mode as well, all right? So there's tons of different drive modes in this thing that you can play with, and we'll get back to that in just a moment. But R mode will take you directly to race mode inside of this thing. Now, before we get into the touchscreen, my apologies, because I keep saying leatherette, but it is full leather when it comes to the interior and the seating and everything here, with the, you know, carbon gray stitching and the blue piping and blue stitching and everything there. So I keep saying leatherette, it is leather. Just to clear that up, just hopefully you guys stuck around this long to know it is leather. Okay, now 10 inches for our infotainment screen. We know this system very well. This has been in these systems for a little bit now, and it is very practical, very intuitive, customizable. You guys know the infotainment and the technology in these cars, and as you guys can see, it's very seamless. Now you guys will see that we have our ventilated seats here, but I can pull up my climate there, and I can change how I want that as well. Smart air, classic air, smart climate, classic climate, and air care. I can do everything when it comes to my seating and ventilation and everything there. I also have my haptic buttons right up here for my climate controls as well, and radio controls right there in the middle for the volume. I can also turn off the screen setup there as well. And then I go underneath the carbon setup that goes all the way across to the glove box here, and with the HVAC seamlessly flowing into that, which is really cool. Underneath here, you will have a couple other things you would like your driver assistance controls. So you guys will see that. Climate, we can pull that back up using that right there. A couple ways to get to your climate. You also have your parking menu there, so we can do that for our parking. And then we have our hazard buttons obviously in the center with our drive mode selector, which we already saw right here as well. By pressing the R button, it automatically put us into race mode. Then when you go into race mode, you pull up drift mode and special mode. So with that said, we've seen a couple other things here already. Now we also have right there wireless charger and extra storage. All right, so that's really cool. Then underneath there, if you guys can see it, USB-C's right there for charging. Now in the center here, this nice gloss black console, you will also see that we have the start stop button, which we use to start the vehicle. We have our park, which is our drive mode selector here. So not drive mode selector, gear selector here. So park, but if I wanted to go into drive, I would go back like that. I wanted to go into neutral that way, reverse that way. Reverse brings up the beautiful parking cameras there, as you guys can see. So we can make sure we reverse safely. And then if I wanted to go into park, I would press that P button right there. Then we also have extra storage, good to set your phone here. And then you also have the electric parking brake right there. We do have some cup holders here as well, where I have the keys stowed away. And then we have a 12-volt plug in there too. And then if we were to lift up the armrest, we got a little bit of space down there too. Very practical for the interior. Look up, we do have a sunroof, letting in a lot of natural lighting as well. And then we look up on this side here, and you guys will see that we have our dome light. We have our SOS light there, our floodlights there, everything like that. So we have everything stored over there with a mirror and some lighting controls there. So what do you guys think so far about the Golf R's interior? We should probably go check out the back, see what that's all about, right? So let's check out the rear seating of the Golf R, because you're gonna see a lot of the same specs in the rear as you do up front. So as you guys will see, the seating is done in that same leatherette with the carbon stitching, and you even get the blue accents in the headrest against that black. Now, that looks really good is the floor mats. Yes, the floor mats with the blue piping in the back as well, just like up front. So they carry that over, which I love. And what's really nice is you get to see the blue accents in the front seats from the back seats. So that really actually ties into the rear of the car as well. Now, when we hop inside, you'll see that a pretty decent space back here and a little bit of knee wiggle room there. All right, so we're not doing so bad. You will also see that on the door cards, it's pretty standard, pretty simple. So you guys will see the black plastics look with the aluminum door handle as well, and some soft touches in the quilted part of the storage compartment with speakers set up as well. Now go over here to the climate controls, and you will see that we do have a little LCD setup here with the heated seat controls there as well. And if you look below that, you will actually see two USB-C charging ports right underneath there, so don't miss that. Now also keep in mind that we do have nice pouches in these seats for extra storage as well. And then we look over here to the armrest, and you guys will see that's where our cup holders will reside. Now if you look up top, you have some LED lighting shining through. I love the black surround on it. It gives it a much more classier look, right? And then we have storage pockets on the top as well, partition, which is really cool too. So not only do we have the lower parts, but we have the top parts as well. Just some more practicality in the back of this hot hatch. Now let's talk about pricing, and unfortunately we have misplaced this sticker here. So while they look for it, I do have a printed out sticker of this specific model. So you guys are gonna definitely have to screenshot and zoom in to see everything here, or you guys can check the link in the description for the listing, and you guys will be able to get the full lowdown of the specs of this Golf R. So with that said, we start off, if you guys will be able to see it, at a base price of $46,465. After the $1,225 destination, you're looking at a total price of $48,641. All right, so if you guys can see it right down there, it is kind of trying to show off for you. Now with that said, that means we only have a couple options here, and remember, the pure white paint and the Titan black interior are both no charge here. So what you're really looking at are the 19-inch metallic gray alloy wheels with the summer performance tires for $350. You also have the Monster mats at $296, the prepaid scheduled maintenance contract $195, and also the first aid kit and roadside assistance kit at $110. Everything else you see here on this Golf R is standard. So we will bring it over here to the standard equipment. And again, I apologize about the small print because it is very small. It's going to be hard to get close. So you guys definitely try to screenshot and zoom in on this if you can. or check that link in the description so you guys can get the full breakdown here, because it's going to be pretty hard to see everything and you guys don't want to listen to me read all of that information off. So with that said, it's a lot of the stuff we talked about today, but there's some good stuff we didn't necessarily cover deeply. So make sure you guys check out everything that's standard on the Golf R. So how are you guys feeling about the 2024 Golf R at $48,000 plus? Drop those comments down below. Do you love this spec as much as I do? I love the white with the blue accents. It really helps with the heat here in Florida, so this is a perfect spec for me. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Now, if you guys did enjoy the video today, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you guys check the links in the description for Volkswagen Brandon's page so you guys can check out their website, see their inventory, give them a call, see which model is right for you. Now, make sure you guys also subscribe to the channel, but click the notification bell so you don't miss one video. And with that said, you guys be blessed, and we will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.